Yo, YouTube, what is up? Welcome back to the Radar for Wrestling Studios.
What up, Mox?
Guys, Friday Night Smackdown, we got one takeaway from a show that was pretty much all Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. That's pretty much all the show was. It's been Smackdown for the past few months. It's just all Roman.
They should just call it Fox presents
Roman Reigns. Exactly, yeah. Fox presents Roman Reigns. It's all there was to SmackDown. So we got one takeaway, pretty much just Roman beating down Kevin Owens the entire night. So we'll get into that. Get an interesting spot by Carmella. Carmella had a full-on promo in the ring. She did a good job in it. We'll get into that too. Some other things that get into, but it's pretty much all Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens for this one, the go-home edition of SmackDown going into TLC this Friday. We're going to drop our TLC prediction video after this one, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned to that. You already know, you got to smash that like button on this video, previous videos, and the TLC prediction video that's coming up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. Please do subscribe. Appreciate the support. Hit the notification bell so you get alerted when this video drops, and the TLC prediction one that's coming out after this one when it drops. Follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all the same handles for all those social media platforms. Hit me up on all those platforms, especially the Twitter. I'm trying to grow the Twitter a little bit more for the channel. Also in the description section below, you got links. You got Amazon, highspots.com, Fight TV, and the Honor Club. Sign up to all those, shop through all those, but use the links in the description section below because it helps us the channel. Really do appreciate any support we can get through the links in the description section. Now, without further ado, let's get right into it. One takeaway from Friday Night Smackdown. Friday Night Smackdown started off with Kevin Owens in the ring calling out Roman Reigns for the beatdowns, the 2 consecutive beatdowns he received in the past 2 weeks. He calls Roman Reigns out. Paul Heyman shows up on the Tron, and then he says he's not going to come out. Roman's not going to come out. He's not going to just listen to whatever Kevin Owens has to say. So Kevin Owens goes back, going after Roman to attack him in the locker room. As he goes up to the locker room, obviously he's walking to the locker room with Adam Pearce on his side because Adam Pearce has to show up on every show. That was just,
it's in his contract.
They find any way possible to get this man on the show. He shows up to the locker room. As he showed up to the locker room, you hear Roman Reigns' music start. So Roman Reigns pretty much juked Kevin Owens. Now here comes Roman Reigns to the ring to talk trash about Kevin Owens. And as Kevin Owens comes out to confront Roman in the ring, he gets attacked from behind by Jey Uso, and they beat down Kevin Owens all the way, and then they leave. And that's pretty much all there is to the beginning of the show. And then in the back, you would see Roman Reigns tell Jey Uso to take out Kevin Owens. He doesn't want to see him or hear him anymore. So there will be subsequent 2 more attacks by Jey Uso on Kevin Owens. So the entire night,
he's a good cousin, man.
Yes, that everybody on the planet needs a cousin like Jey Uso because he's a ride or die, roll for you no matter what, and do whatever you tell him.
Man. Yes. You could just punk him around all day. He's just gonna do whatever the hell you ask.
Yeah, exactly. So he beats down Kevin Owens 2 more times in the show, and then the final time we'll get into for the last part of the show. But that was pretty much all there was to that. Just Kevin Owens getting his ass handed to him the entire night so far. Next thing on the show, we have SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. Street Profits going against Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode. The match was pretty solid.
Decent match,
Roode and Ziggler have been a tag team for a while. I think it's about time they get their due. Profits get the win here, but just barely. They use a cheap tactic, by grabbing the tights of Ziggler and Roode to get the win. So they're Ziggler and Roode at the end. They're like yelling at Charles Robinson, Little Nate, the referee, and Little Nate's just kind of like threatening to suspend them both if they don't stop berating him. I don't know what that was all about.
I don't know. Like that's where I was like the match was good, but that ending was dumb. And why are the Street Profits being heels? I don't get why they wouldn't heel. It's a heel tag team. It was dumb booking. It was sloppy. I didn't like it. So it's ruining the whole feud for me so far.
Yeah, as of right now, they don't have a match on the kickoff. They might have a match on the kickoff show for TLC. We'll see what happens. But I think it's about time the Roode and Ziggler get a shot with the titles.
Well, the Profits are going about to be a year as champs. I think it happened like in February, so they're about to go a whole year as champs, which is just says what the tag team division is.
Yeah, I think it's about time they probably swap the belts. Maybe Ziggler and Roode been around for a while, so let's give it to them. If not, give it back to Nakamura and Cesaro. But that's probably all it was to that. Next thing on the show, we have the Riot Squad going against Billy Kay and a partner for choosing, which was Tamina. Terrible match. Riot Squad get the win. Billy Kay is just. It's not really working out. Not really working out too great for Billy Kay. Still don't understand why they broke up the Iconics to begin with.
Yeah, I mean they'll probably bring that back or fire her. But I feel bad because she is kind of entertaining on the mic. She's funny. Her accent, the way she just comes off, she's not terrible. But in the ring, man, she's not good.
It's not good. Yeah. So
I want to see her versus Lana for 60 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. 60-minute Iron Woman match. All right, so that is Billy Kay kind of costing the match. So it's pretty much the end of that. We'll see what happens with Billy Kay going forward and with the Riot Squad, and if Riot Squad ever gets another chance at the women's tag team championships, we'll see what happens with all that stuff. But next thing on the show, we had Carmella coming out and having a champagne toast to Sasha Banks, along with her maitre d', the man with the longest tie I've ever seen. Because even when he arches his back, his tie still reaches his belt.
Like super long tie. Like there wasn't a guy back there, wasn't a tie. They're doing that on purpose.
That's a really long tie. So she's out there. She cuts a pretty good promo, talking trash about Sasha Banks, saying that we're gonna see what Sasha is when she's not the boss anymore, when she's not the best anymore, after she gets beat by Carmella at TLC. So it's a good promo from her. Really Sasha obviously comes out, interrupts, tries to attack the maitre d' guy again, and then she gets another champagne bottle to the back from Carmella. So Carmella stands up. So Carmella stands tall again, and pretty much, cementing the fact that she will not win at TLC.
Yeah, basically. I think she should, though, because that promo was like one of the better promos I've heard in a long time from anybody.
Yeah.
It was really good. So her new character is definitely, it works for her. She's like a natural heel. Usually beautiful women like that are going to be natural heels because, perfect looking human beings are always going to be someone like, damn it, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
But, she's doing a great job. Like her mic work was on point. I liked having her little, punk little sommelier guy hanging around and doing her dirty business, holding with the champagne. I liked it. I'm digging it. I'm excited for the match. I would like to see Carmella win. Honestly, she's only been back a month, but so far so good.
Yeah, I would like to see it too, and then especially you could do the storyline afterwards with Sasha kind of getting her way back to becoming the boss again.
I think
you could do something like that. But there also is Sasha doesn't ever hold on to the title for that long, so maybe they want to have a lengthy title hold for her reign for Sasha. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but we'll get into that and see who we think we're going to win when we get to our predictions of TLC. Next thing on the show, we had Otis with Chad Gable going against Shinsuke Nakamura with Cesaro. So the feud continues between Otis, Gable, and Nakamura and Cesaro. They're just building another tag team, which is fine. I mean, they need tag teams. Otis gets the win, but nothing much else to talk about here. It seems like the storyline is that Gable's teaching Otis kind of holding him back, so I don't know really how that's going to work. If this tag team's going to last or if they're just going to break out to a feud one-on-one. We'll see what happens. But
man, I just like I look at Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm just like, man, what a waste.
Yeah, big time. What a waste.
What a waste of talent,
falling off big time. But next thing on the show, we had Sami Zayn doing his own Sammy Awards. So the Slammy Awards called the Sammy Awards. He's he has bullshit little trophies that he's giving out to people. He wins two of the first categories. Obviously his show, he's giving the rewards to himself. The final category was the best wrestler of the year. Big E had changed the cards and put himself, Big E, as the winner of that. So Big E came out and celebrated and attacked Sami Zayn. So obviously Sami Zayn and Big E is your feud for for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't know what happened to Daniel Bryan. I have no idea. We'll see what happens with Daniel Bryan. That kind of just flew off. So it seems to be Big E, the guy, is taking that feud with Sami Zayn for the IC Championship. Next thing on the show, we had Bianca Belair going against Bayley. Good matchup. Bayley gets the win, but just barely. So Bianca Belair gets the big rub off of Bayley by taking her all the way to the limit and barely losing to her. So.
And she had to rake the ice to win Bayley, so definitely had to cheat to beat her. So it just adds to the lore of the EST.
Yeah, and she's definitely WWE. A future champion. So excited to see that when she does eventually take on whoever is the champion and wins that title. Next thing on the show is the main event, and it is Roman Reigns in the ring, and then with Jey Uso, we're talking about Kevin Owens, about all the beatdowns they've given him. And here comes Kevin Owens down, limping his way down to the ring. And he receives yet another beatdown. He gets thrown through two tables. And this is takeaway number one. It's the only takeaway we got. As you see behind us, he's sitting in that chair with all that stuff broken around him. He would get buried underneath all that stuff. After getting thrown through two tables, he would get buried underneath all the tables, ladders, and chairs they could find. Roman and Jey Uso, they would beat the living hell out of him. And then they would go to the back as victorious. But as they get to the back, they pass by the TV in gorilla position, and Kevin Owens is out of all the rubble. He's sitting on the chair, and he's still talking trash to Roman Reigns. So it's a good sympathy spot for Kevin Owens to get all that sympathy that he's facing the unenviable, unbeatable task of taking on Roman for that title, along with Jey Uso in the background. So I thought it was good to get Roman still as the monster heel, even though nobody hates Roman, everybody loves him because he is heel Roman.
Because that's what he always wanted. He's doing a great job as heel, but it's like he's doing the job that we all thought he was gonna do. That we're just behind them completely.
Exactly.
Like,
so we're all super excited of it. So we can't. But it's a good way to get sympathy on a babyface in Kevin Owens. He keeps getting his ass beat, but he keeps coming back for more. So it's a good spot. But yeah, we'll see what happens at TLC. But it's all good stuff.
I mean, Kevin Owens got destroyed last night. Just destroyed, dismantled, put through a table. The table's on top of him. Ladders being thrown in. Chairs just hitting him over and over again. So he took an ass whipping. He came up. I thought they saw him on the TV and they were just gonna go back and beat his ass again.
I thought they were gonna do it again.
Which would have been funny, but it's actually better it ended the way it did because it makes Kevin Owens look like a badass. Someone's like, I'm gonna die trying. So it's definitely something interesting. It's exciting. It's exciting stuff. Everything Roman's touching, he's elevating everything around him. Everyone around him is just being elevated, and it makes it more interesting. It makes it more fun, and everything that you want to see in wrestling and WWE, it's by Roman Reigns. It's kind of his world right now. So it's definitely good stuff every time he's out there. And I'm excited for this match. I really wasn't all that excited a couple weeks ago when we talked about it, but now I'm ready to go. Let's go. Let's see Kevin Owens get destroyed.
It'll be an interesting matchup at TLC, but yeah, you're right. Roman Reigns is the best thing going on Raw and SmackDown. Yeah, the show revolves completely around him and what he's doing, which is good. I do like how the storyline kind of weaves its way through the entire show. So that's a cool thing that they're going back to a little bit with the storyline weaving through the whole show. But guys, that is the only takeaway we have for Friday Night SmackDown. Roman stands tall, but Kevin Owens keeps on fighting. Fight Owens, fight. We'll see what happens at TLC. Stay tuned because we'll be dropping our TLC prediction video after this one. And if it doesn't work for you, bro, do not do the job.
The marks.